general IP security mechanisms. It provides authentication, confidentiality, key management, and also it is applicable to use over local area networks across public and private wide area networks for the internet. Need identified in 1994, and also it need authentication, encryption in IPv4 and IPv6. This is the typical diagram that explains the IP security uses. So here we have connected a n number of Ethernet switch, user system with IP security, network devices with IP security. It finally concludedly it is connected a private or public network, that is internet. So this is the typical diagram of IP security users. Benefits of IP security: in a firewall or router, it provides a strong security to all traffic crossing the perimeter. In a firewall or router, is resistant to bypass. Is below transport layer, hence transparent to applications that can be transparent to end users. Can provide security for individual users, and also it secures routing architecture. IP security architecture specification is quite complex with groups. Architecture में RFC 4301, it is a security architecture for internet protocol, and authentication header AH, so RFC 4302 IP authentication header. ESP is encapsulating security payload, RFC 4303 IP encapsulating security payload, and IKE, it is the internet key exchange, and this one is the RFC 4306 internet key exchange, IKEV2 version 2 protocol, and also cryptographic algorithms and other extra security architectures that has been used to achieve the IP security over internet network. These are all the IP security services: 1. Access control, 2. Connectionless integrity, 3. Data origin authentication, 4. Rejection of replayed packets, that is a form of the partial sequence integrity, and 5. Confidentiality over encryption, and 6 is a limited traffic flow confidentiality. These are all the IP security services. And transport and tunnel modes: transport mode to encrypt and optionally authenticate IP data, and also it can do traffic analysis, but it is efficient, and it is good for ESP host to host traffic. And tunnel mode, it encrypts entire IP packet, add a new header for the next hop. No routers on way can examine inner IP header. It is good for VPNs, gateway to gateway security. And this is the typical diagram of the transport and tunnel modes. Diagram A, that represents the transport level security, that is encrypted TCP session between the internal network and the external network. And diagram B, that represents the virtual private network via tunnel mode. So in this network, there are 4 corporate networks that are connected with each other over internet, and also here encrypted tunnels that carrying the IP traffics here. So this is the typical diagram of the transport and tunnel modes. In transport and tunnel mode protocols, application, there is a transport mode, application layer, there is IP security layer, IP layer, TCP layer, and application layer in transport mode. And original IP header, ESP header, TCP header, data, and ESP trailer, and then ESP authentication. These are all the partitions that provides the IP security. In IP Internet Protocol, origin of IP header, TCP header, data. In TCP header, data is there. For application, data alone there. Like that, tunnel mode totally it consists of 5 number of layers. For IP, new IP header, ESP header, original IP header, TCP header, data, ESP trailer, ESP authentication. For IP security, ESP header, original IP header, TCP header, data, ESP trailer, ESP authentication. In third IP, original IP header, TCP header, data. For TCP header, data. For application, data. So this is this diagram that represents the different number of layers that forms the transport mode and tunnel modes protocols.